Yo, boys, welcome back to another Reacts video. Today we got the ugly rise of Marlon. Uh, yeah, Marlon just been popping off, and low-key has become one of my favorite streamers. So
It sounds weird, but for almost a century, psychologists have been studying attractive people, and they keep finding
Okay.
the same thing. The more attractive you are, the more people trust you, the faster you get hired, and the more you get paid.
is that really how that works?
Basically, if you're
Based
hot,
on, like,
life
trust?
runs on easy mode, and nowhere is that more obvious than online. TikTok's flooded with thirst traps, Instagram's a competition to look unattainable, and Twitter, holy sh**. It doesn't matter if you were born with one or if you bought one, having a pretty face is a cheat code on social media. I mean, we've seen it a million times. Every other week there's a new it girl, a new dream crush, a new guy who makes middle-aged women act feral.
Bro, I seen that dude.
Which brings us to Marlon.
Yeah.
A little over a year ago, Marlon basically appeared out of nowhere. One day nobody knew who he was, the next he was streaming with Mr. Beast, walking A-list runways, and being crowned the internet's rising star. On paper, it's the same story we've seen 100 times. A pretty face shows up, the internet melts, and a career launches overnight.
Okay.
But the deeper I dug, the less that story held up. Because the path Marlon actually took to get here, it's a lot uglier than you think.
Is that roaches? Yo.
Marlon Lundgren Garcia grew up in Malmo, a coastal city in the south of Sweden. It was there where he fell in love with soccer, or as the Europeans call it, football.
Oh, snap, was
Whether
that
he
on the
playing for
pitch?
local teams or traveling abroad to watch the greats, the sport really consumed Marlon's entire childhood. But it wasn't long before
Hey,
basketball
crossbar.
came into the picture. Marlon was tall for his age, and the game came naturally. By high school,
Give
he
me
was
three.
actually pretty good. Good enough
Oh, a
to
little
get
dunk?
recruited into one of Sweden's top athletic programs. I genuinely couldn't pronounce the school if I tried, but it's stacked with an alumni list that includes names like Hugo Larsson, Emilia Nilsson-Garip, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. By the end of high school, Marlon was ranked one of the top basketball players in Sweden, which is what brought him to the US, specifically to Lower Columbia College in Washington State, where he played college basketball. Now, Marlon's basketball career was short-lived. After just his freshman year, he went back home to Sweden, never to play college basketball again.
Wait,
So
why?
what was the point in telling you this? Well, because it was here, in an apartment at Lower Columbia College, that Marlon's social media career began. In early 2021, one of Marlon's college teammates pulled out his phone, recorded a video of the two of them dancing. He posted it to TikTok, and it popped. The views skyrocketed, and people flooded the comments asking the same question. So Marlon did what anyone would do. He made an account and started posting. Throughout his freshman season, Marlon and his teammate kept at it, spamming the same setup with the exaggerated smile and 15 seconds of choreography on loop. And it kept working. Hundreds of thousands of views became the norm, and the followers kept piling up. Once he got back to Sweden, you could tell Marlon had done the math on why his videos were popular. And spoiler, it wasn't the dancing. The choreography got phased out in favor of better
Sherlock
lighting,
Holmes.
more deliberate angles, and a shirt that more oftentimes than not just didn't make it into the shot. But hey, it worked. By late 2023, Marlon had pulled in almost 1 million followers, basically
Dang.
just by posting thirst traps to TikTok. But there's a problem
Only
with
thirst
TikTok.
traps in a
The app
mill?
doesn't really pay its creators, and the little
yeah,
it does
everybody
pay
knows
is
that.
pennies.
Here's my stats for the month. It's 251 million views, so probably a lot of money, right? $293.80. That's my paycheck for the month.
That's why every TikToker eventually pivots. They start a YouTube channel, they launch a podcast, or even just ditch TikTok entirely. Joe Bartolozzi is a perfect example of this. He blew up on TikTok, moved to streaming, dragged his audience with him, and now he's one of the biggest streamers on Twitch and barely touches TikTok at all.
25 mil?
Which our next video is on Joe, and we really want to
I
do
didn't
like
even
an
know
interview.
Joe had that many
So if you want to see
followers.
that, go spam his chat and his comments saying Golf Cart sent you a DM. But anyways, Marlon tried the same thing. In early 2024, he went live on Twitch for the first time. And despite a TikTok following pushing 1 million, only 50 people clicked in. The next stream, fewer. The one after that, even less. This is where Marlon's
but he's
pretty
still
privileged
chilling, though.
starts
Like,
to
30
run out,
still good.
Because there's a difference between an audience that likes looking at you and an audience that likes listening to you talk. Marlon had spent 3 years building
True.
the first kind, and now he needed the second.
Bro, send that chat right now. If y'all got any funny videos, bro.
So if you're Marlon, what do? You have 1 million people who follow you for one reason and one reason only, and you've just spent 2 months proving they're not going to follow you anywhere else. You're 22, you dropped out of college, and the dream you've been chasing for years is collecting dust on a platform that doesn't pay. Great. Most people in that spot quit. They get a real job. The TikTok account goes dormant, and that's the end of the story.
Dang.
You see, when the attention isn't converting, you really only have 2 choices. Accept that the internet gave you the wrong kind of audience, or figure out how to put yourself in front of the right one. And that's basically the entire game online. It doesn't matter if you're a streamer, a creator, or even an entrepreneur. At some point, posting and praying just
Why your
isn't enough.
grandparents?
in a different direction. If you looked at the top of streaming in 2024, the mainstream
Dude,
names
I
were
remember
the
all
same.
these streamers.
Nobody was sitting
That
behind a
was the
desk
most
all
good
day.
stream.
They were all out doing
They were at
IRL
Best
streams,
Buy,
farming
bro.
clips around the clock, and almost all of them were doing it from the US. That was the path. If Marlon
Headbutts
wanted
of
in,
doom
he had
and
to go get it.
despair.
So he scrounged up what money he had and booked a one-way flight to Miami.
Dang, bro, like Miami
He didn't
specifically
really have a
too.
plan past landing. He had a hotel for a few nights, a camera, and a goal of streaming every single day. And that's pretty much what he did. Every day was the same. He'd walk around, talk to strangers, eat, sleep, stream, repeat. After a few weeks, he was pulling in over 150 viewers per stream. Then one afternoon, he opened Twitch and saw this.
We set up right here.
Lacey and Clicks, two of the
Dude,
biggest
this
streamers
stream
on the
was so
platform,
good. I
were
love
doing
this
an
stream,
IRL
bro.
stream in Miami. They were offering free haircuts to random strangers on the street.
Free haircut? Okay. Okay, Lacey's actually cooking.
Marlon saw the stream and instantly recognized where they were.
Yo, chat has to be. Chat has to be right here. Oh my gosh, chat has to be right here.
He found them, walked up, and asked for a free haircut.
What's up, bro?
Bro, look at Lacey glazing. Ready? Ready?
Oh my god!
What's up, bro?
You hear Clicks and Lacey, bro? He's majestic glaze.
And just
Glaze
like that,
off the bat.
Marlon, the guy who 3 months earlier was watching his own viewer count die in real time, was suddenly live in front of 30,000 people on the front page of Twitch.
Look at that lineup! Okay?
That's your time?
Hey, Lacey, check my shit out.
Yo, Clicks messed him up so bad, bro.
This is the exact reason you booked the one-way flight.
Everybody spam W's in the chat right now. Let me
This is what every aspiring streamer plays out in their head at 3 a.m. when they're wondering if it's ever going to work. And
No,
from
seriously.
the outside, it really did look like it was working.
We going up by views every single day. But I went from averaging like 20 views, and then the past week I've averaged like 140, bro.
But the numbers that actually mattered, the ones in his bank account, were going in the wrong direction.
I don't know what to do anymore with this, bro. Like I feel like everything just comes crashing down on me, bro.
Because here's what nobody posts about. Marlon's streams were growing, but he was burning through his savings faster than Twitch was paying him out.
I'm trying to figure out a stay tomorrow, like I have to. Otherwise, I'm gonna stay on the street, right?
Every day he stayed in Miami was another day of cheap hotels, cheaper food, and doing the math on whether getting a haircut was worth eating that night.
But I don't have $40 to spend, Chad. I don't have $40. I'm not gonna eat tonight. I promise you I'm not gonna eat tonight. What am I supposed to eat with? My $0 in my bank account? My $5 that I got yesterday from a homeless person because I stole from his cup and didn't give him money? Where do you...
Dang.
For weeks, he was living off of oatmeal, bouncing between hostels with beds that he couldn't fit in, and Airbnbs that were covered in roaches.
Oh, heck no, bro.
Is that? Do you see this?
Ew.
Do you see this?
This is what it actually looks like to bet everything on yourself.
I haven't been able to sleep well. I haven't been able to sleep properly. There's no way in this world that any other streamer would do this to go to this extent to try to fucking pursue streaming, bro. There's no fucking way.
But after 2 months in the States, Marlon's funds had dipped deep into the red, and he was forced to go back home to Sweden.
I just want to say I'm sorry for the echoing, bro. I don't know what to do about the echo, but this is my last resort, Chad. I'm in the garage, bro.
For reasons that aren't really clear, his parents' house wasn't an option to stream from anymore. So he had to set up shop in a garage an hour away from home.
I couldn't find afford an apartment. I couldn't find a office. I couldn't find anything.
Which honestly sounds like a step backwards. But the bet had already started paying off. He just didn't know it yet. By September 2024, Marlon's viewership had climbed past 500 a stream, and the money was
Dang.
finally starting to catch up.
500?
As he grew, so did his network. Within a few months, he was streaming with huge names like Ray and Nick Niercina, and even flew to Mexico to stream IRL with Lacey. By January, things had really started to line up. Streaming was finally turning into something sustainable, and after months of paperwork, his US visa came through. So he packed up the garage, flew to LA, and moved into Nick Niercina's house.
I'm living at somebody's crib. It's a nice little, you know what I'm saying, area right here, but they said I could have this.
Dude, I
as,
remember
like, my
this
streaming
part.
room and I could just like crash on the couch.
Just a few months after landing in LA, Marlon had reached this inescapable level in streaming.
So, boys, listen, first of all, I just want to say we hit 100,000 subscribers, bro.
It was like you'd never heard of him one day, and then suddenly he was everywhere.
There's this new streamer, his name's Marlon.
I think I got some coming with Marlon soon.
This guy gets
Who's he
thousands
chilling
of
with?
viewers every day, bro.
No, I saw this when he first started in like this shipping container almost.
And that's actually a pretty accurate way to describe what happened. Marlon went from averaging less than just 600 viewers in December to over 15,000 in May. That's
Dang.
a 2,400% increase in a matter of just 5 months.
615,000?
His first time being at the house felt supernatural. Phase Marlon, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
It's hard to not give Lacey his flowers for his role in this. Lacey was a much bigger streamer at the time and basically made Marlon a staple character in his streams. But he wasn't doing it out of the kindness of his heart. At the end of the
Oh my
day,
God,
Lacey's
Lacey.
streams performed better when Marlon was in them. I mean, look at his most popular TikToks. Half of them are Marlon.
Oh, Marlon! Marlon!
Oh, this one's crazy.
what made it work was really the dynamic between the two of them. Just the sight of them next to each other told you everything you needed to know. They looked like two people from completely different movies who somehow got written in the same scene. On paper, the duo didn't make sense. One had a cool, calm, pretty boy energy, and the other was loud, chaotic, and completely unfiltered.
I wanted to show you like a good time, right? Obviously, you know, like just like no.
What?
It's the same reason Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum worked so well together. One's the
Dude,
type
I
of
love
guy who
this movie.
says something weird,
At
realizes
least the first
it,
one. I
and
haven't
then
watched
makes
the
it worse
second
by
one.
trying to
Dude. I need
fix
to
it.
watch it.
You're not asking me to prom, are you?
No,
That's literally
I
lazy.
mean,
I'm not even.
The other says everything with a smooth, charming confidence. You put them in the same room, and the joke kind of writes itself.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's where it came from?
Man.
That's
It's
exactly
definitely
what
second
Marlon
one
and
then.
Lacey had. The internet got one look at it and couldn't get enough. And once the clips started spreading, more and more doors started opening on their own. Aiden Ross, Mr. Beast, FaZe Clan.
FaZe didn't sign you yet?
Yeah.
Yet.
Marlon became a household name in streaming with a core audience of viewers who genuinely wanted to watch whatever it was that he streamed. Throughout 2025, he continued to push his reach as far as he could, and in late October, he took one of his biggest swings yet, a full tour across the United States. The goal? 50 states in 28 days.
Dang,
By the end of
bruh.
the year, Marlon had become one of the standout faces in streaming with over 1.6 million followers to his name.
Marlon,
Dang,
he blew the
1.6?
fuck up.
Marlon blew up this year, bro. Marlon's a go.
Marlon is the definition of a rising star. The beginning of the year, he was just getting known, and now he's literally like one of the top known people in streaming. That is the definition of a star who rose.
That's solid.
Everyone's having a good night. I'm so excited to present the Rising Star Award. This category celebrates the streamers who began the year with under 1,000 average viewers and have shown rapid growth and huge potential for the future. And the winner is Marlon!
Oh man. It's kind of crazy, you know. It's been a long year. Want to thank my team, of course, Jake, Rocket, Miles, Ozzy, Matt, my editors, Dylan, Ali, everybody that's been helping me out. And then, of course, Lacey, all the FaZe guys, everybody I collab with, you know, y'all pushed me this year. So thank y'all. I wouldn't be here without y'all, so I appreciate y'all. I want to say last name, my bad. There's a lot of doubters, a lot of haters always gonna talk, but they're not the ones standing on this stage. So appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Nah, W speech.
Now, there are a lot of people online who really credit Marlon's success to his looks.
Ain't no way in hell you sitting courtside with NFL owners a year after streaming. It's because you're tall and hot. You mad?
In truth, the goal for this video was to figure out if Marlon's success really just stems from pretty privilege, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't go back and forth on him. Because he really has worked hard.
I mean,
and
don't get me
sacrificed
wrong,
a
a
lot
part
to
of
get
it
where
played
he is,
into
but
it,
at the same
but-
time, he takes his shirt off on TikTok and it pulls
Dang,
125 million
126?
views. And then people start using AI to put their faces on his body.
How to do the Marlon, I'm just trying to be myself trend.
But if you stop looking at pretty privilege like some sort of scarlet letter, you realize that Marlon's looks actually put him into a category of streamer we've never really seen before. This is definitely gonna sound like total glaze, but it's also kind of true, so f*** it. Marlon's like this perfect blend of traditional celebrity and your average streamer. He's attractive enough to have that Hollywood vibe of being wildly unattainable, which is the same reason that he was the first streamer to sign with Calvin Klein.
I just signed a deal for Calvin Klein. I'm out here to sign another deal.
And the first streamer to walk the runway at Paris Fashion Week.
I'm about to walk in Paris Fashion Week tomorrow, bro. This is beautiful. His life is beautiful.
That was
The audience
crazy.
that I mentioned earlier. It sounds shallow, I know, but the one that just liked the way that he looked. He found a way to monetize it. Through partnerships and campaigns with massive brands like Ralph Lauren, H&M, and Burberry, he's built out a modeling career that's almost as impressive as a streaming career.
H&M sat there with their creative director and said, we want you to be the first streamer to be London Fashion Week for us as well. Brother, this is crazy.
To take it a step farther, he has a natural tie to an audience outside of the US, which is huge. Because the US is known as the entertainment capital of the world, streamers based here tend to organically build audiences that are US based too. Don't get me wrong, that's a massive audience, but it's only a fraction of what's out there. Think about what I Show
Dang,
Speed
Metro
did.
Nate,
He found
bro.
soccer, a sport that's kind of irrelevant here in America, but is the most popular one globally, and he made it the center of his content. Now look at Marlon. As someone who grew up playing soccer, he already understood the culture around the sport. So it didn't feel
Yeah, I
forced
used to
when
play
he started
soccer when I was
integrating
younger.
it into his content. The guy
I stopped
goes
playing
and
when I
plays
was
in a charity match and
12.
seamlessly fits in with some of the greatest to ever play the game. He's integrated into the soccer community oddly more so than Speed. I mean, I was watching
12
the
or
Champions
13.
League semifinals the other day, and there pops up Marlon in a halftime commercial with Declan Rice.
Come on, bro. Let's go.
At the start of this, I told you Marlon's story was uglier than it looks from the outside, and I think that's still true. The beds that were too small, the oatmeal in Miami, the roach-infested Airbnbs, and the garage that was an hour away from home. None of that fits the easy mode story everyone wants to tell you about good-looking people online. But here's the part I keep coming back to. The looks got him in the door, he could have stopped there, and a lot of people would have. Instead, he kept walking through every new room that opened, and now it's pretty tough to put him in just one box.
Since y'all was a kid, be honest, I feel like all of us wanted to become like YouTubers.
It's not about the money. It's not about
Oh,
the
yeah,
fame.
100%,
It's not about the
man.
clout. It's not about none of that chat, like at all. You know what I'm
I
saying?
started
I'm
making
not
YouTube
sitting
videos
here
when I
being
was
like, yo, I made it because I haven't made
9.
it. God willingly, the only one that stopped me from not being the biggest right now is myself in my mind.
You are so delusional. I am. But listen, delusion got me here. Delusion got me my dream house.
Saying to my mom, literally like, Mom, listen, Mom, I'm gonna go to the States. I'm gonna be there for 3 months. I don't care where I sleep, Mom. I'll make this shit happen.
Delusion got me my dream car. Delusion got me almost 2 million followers on Twitch. Delusion got me almost 5 million followers on Instagram.
You know when you see stuff on YouTube and you're like, this is not even real. I still walk downstairs and I'm like, what the what's my life?
Delusion made me pay my mom's rent forever.
So why is that so important to pay your mom's rent? Because my mom got me to this place, God first of course, but mom got me to this place, and you know, now it's my time to give back.
What's up, mama? Say what's up to mama. Say what's up to my mama, man. Y'all haven't seen her on stream, you know what I'm saying? But
W mom.
W mom, chat.
Delusion flew my whole family out here for Christmas whenever they want, whatever they want. Delusion, I can get my niece whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
For the guys that do know or doesn't know, Marlon is my brother.
Oh, I was tripping for a
So
second.
much.
I'm like,
very proud of you, broski.
he looked just like him.
Delusion made me win the Rising Star.
God gave me this for a reason. Taking advantage of it, bro.
So you be quiet. You sit your down. Understand? Be delusional.
Thank you, God, for letting me be here and wake up another day. God, I want to thank you for these past few days. Thank you for all the experiences. Thank you for the blessings. Thank God for letting me achieve my dreams and letting my family be with me along this journey. God, I thank you for everybody in this chat. I pray that their families stay healthy, and God, thank you for everything you've done for me. Please forgive us for all of our sins. Amen.
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 Yeah, W prayer.
It sounds...
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty good video, and congrats to Marlon, bro. You know, just for being who he is, bro, and staying in his face. Like, he always on his streams, you feel me, always puts God first. But yeah, I'll catch you boys in the next one, and don't mind the pimple patches. Feel me? Little breakout. Anyways, catch y'all boys later, man.